Well, good morning, tubers. It's a lovely April Fool's Day, April 1st, Sunday. Usually be heading over to my parents here in a little bit. I wanted to tinker with the Explorer before I do so. I wanted to show you guys something I was working on. That's gotta go in the garbage. So I started doing the pivot bushings on this, and I got the driver's side done. I'll show you what I did. So this is the energy suspension kit. I've already kind of put it together, obviously. And it's interesting, you have this guy here, and then there's like a black piece that goes in the middle. It's a little bit harder material, and then you have this piece that goes in here, which is just a little bit softer. And then you got this piece goes up against the beam and up against the bracket. Well, anyways, you're supposed to press in these shells, okay? So you gotta press out the old ones. Well, the old ones are all folded outward, and it was like, this is gonna take forever, and I don't want to pull the whole beam out of the driver's side, right? So I'm just like, well, let's see. The other kits tell you to reuse the shells that are in there. So really, all you have to do is just peel out the rubber. And this rubber here is so worn out that the pin. This guy here, it didn't take much to get him out. And then this rubber I peeled out with a flathead screwdriver. That's how wore out was. And then I sandpapered the shell, cleaned it up, wiped it out, lubed it up, and put all this stuff in there. And just doing that one side actually made a bit of a difference. Now when I went to do this side, I had a problem with the axle, the drive shaft, going from the differential into this side. It wouldn't let the beam pivot down like that, so I had to basically just put it all back together and wait. But I discovered that the ball joint on this lower side right here it's getting messed up. So, and yeah, I can tell these wheels are towed in a little too much. You can see the outer edge of the tires all warm, funny. Well, anyways, it's gonna get a proper steering alignment because I'm gonna get new ball joints on both sides, top and bottom. And then I'm going to put this pivot bushing in and get that done. See, I've got to take the spindle apart so the axle will float around, and it should let me pivot that beam down. And I can possibly get a tool in there. But anyways, that's that. Tuesday, this is going to go in for tires. So it'll be getting, I was going to get Cooper AT3s. So actually, originally, I was going to get BFG KO2s like I have on the truck there, not in 35s but in 235, 75, 15. So I was gonna get the Cooper AT3s instead of the BFGs, and they're a lot cheaper. I'm actually really not wanting to spend $800 in tires for this thing. I just want a cheap set, but decent enough for light off-road and snow and ice and stuff. So I got a tire. It's a Hankook something ATM. It's like the AT3 Cooper. The tread looks almost the same, at least when I looked at it online. So, and it's like $92 a tire, so running me about $400 to get tires for this thing. So I'm looking forward to that, because right now I have a revolving wheel shake on this side right here. Alright dudes, it's later in the day, and we got parts. Local parts store, well actually local to my parents. This bench is a mess again. Local to my parents, they had everything I needed. And thanks to my dad, he made a little donation and actually bought me this stuff, which I wasn't expecting. Actually, pretty nice. Thanks, Dad. Let's see if I don't spice myself up in here. Open up, will you? Jesus. So we got, yeah, brand new brake rotors. Okay, good. Yep, already got the races pounded right into them. And I have brake clean, right? Yeah, I got brake clean. And I got just enough. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this thing shakes pretty bad when you hit the brakes. And when you get into corners hard enough, the front wheel bearing just starts making all kinds of weird noises. This looks like a pretty old box. It's been sitting on the shelf for a while. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna brake clean that one real good and definitely clean that up. So I got that side done, and there's the other rotor. The front bearing seemed okay, but that back one is sketchy. Now I want you to listen to this. Yeah. Alrighty, tubers. Got the Explorer put back together. You know, it took me about an hour and a half. Not an hour and a half. About an hour to do the wheel bearings and rotors. They're all in one thing, so that made it pretty easy. You know, the only time-consuming part was packing the grease, but yeah. So I'm gonna get her fired up, pump up the brakes since we got new brake pads in there as well, and the calipers are reset. Get those pumped up, make sure they're good, make sure it stops, and then take it for a test spin. And we're gonna knock some of those bearings out and see what's going on in there, because both of these are hoopa-jooped. Well, successful test drive. What a difference. No more shaky brakes and no more blah 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 blah. Some crappy wheel bearings here. Around the old floor here. Now someone's gonna gripe at me for not being on the bench, but this is where we're gonna work here. So this bearing, it looks like it got beat on or something. So this is the inner for this one, and it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna check the race for bluing, and the race looks really nice. And this, the bearings obviously aren't gonna ride on this, but you can tell if this starts to get blue from excessive heat, you can know that the other side's gonna be pretty miserable. So this is the A4LD input shaft from the Explorer that these brakes are from. About. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to take a look at this race here. This is from the passenger side, and this side was making that noise. So this bearing here looks like it was doing pretty good. Then we come over to this side. Look at the coloring on this. It's all dickered. And right here, yep. Right here, there's something right there. So that one is toast. Also check out, I was getting ABS lights, and it was mostly because this wheel was loose. But if you look at all this grime here, eventually, if this builds up enough, it'll throw that ABS coat again. And the ABS worked fine. But this is just grease from leaking out through that old seal. So, but look at that. Ugh. And the race doesn't look all that happy. I'm trying to see if we can find a bearing that's got some schmutz going on. It just looks like the bearing has got the race has that little ka-chunk in it. It just feels crunchy. Okay, now we're moving to the driver's side. This is the driver's side outer bearing, and it looked all right. Let me check. And the inside of that, it's not blue, so those could probably be saved as spares, but what's the point? So, driver's side rotor. There's a pretty good lip right in here, but pretty normal. Now this one was crunchy sounding, and Yeah, this front side is fine. It seems like the inners are getting ruined from something. Okay. This bearing race, look at that. Can you guys see? Look at the coloring, the discoloration on it. And then, right here, there's a little bit there. A little bit there. Oh! Check that out. Do you guys see that? I wonder what that's from. You see all that? Yeah, she's poached. Okay, let's look at this bearing. Yeah, I'm just seeing discoloration, that's all. So, yeah. She's toast. Alright, well tubes, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. So, Ron's doing laundry. Let's go get some tires.